There's a word related to food and nutrition that you've probably been hearing for most of your life. And it's the biggest word on the nutrition facts label. It's calories. Does that mean it's the most important factor in food selection? To answer that question, it's important to understand that calories are not a measurement of nutritional value. Rather, they are a way to measure energy. To determine how many calories there are in a certain amount of food, that food is placed in a chamber where it is burned to ash, and the heat it generates is measured. The chamber has the rather intriguing name of bomb calorimeter. That's not a bad way to measure how much energy there is in the food, but it's not at all a good way to determine how much energy you will get out of the food. For example, the same amount of carbohydrates and protein generates the same number of calories when it is burned to ash. But in your body, it's a different story. That's because digesting and using protein uses up about twice as much energy as carbohydrates. So your body will end up getting fewer calories from a dish with 20 grams of protein than you would from a dish with the same amount of carbohydrates. Even when you have two different foods whose energy is mainly in the form of carbohydrates in both, the composition of the foods affects how the body responds to the calories. Compare, for instance, half a plain bagel to a bunch of broccoli, both with 100 calories of carbohydrates. The bagel is mostly refined flour, which the body breaks down quickly, leading to a relatively sudden and steep increase in blood sugar. Since a high level of blood sugar is dangerous, your liver has to rapidly change that sugar into some other form, a form that can be stored. Some of it can be stored as a substance called glycogen, but glycogen takes up a lot of room. When there's no more room, the sugar is converted into fat. Broccoli, on the other hand, is a whole food that is much harder to break down. It takes longer to chew, the stomach must work harder to break it down, and the fiber in broccoli slows down the release of glucose into the bloodstream. Additionally, unlike a bagel, broccoli contains an abundance of micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that improve the function of the body. Differences like these might explain why research has discovered that regularly consuming calories in the form of highly processed packaged food leads to consuming higher daily amounts of those kinds of calories, with the results of weight gain and greater likelihood of eventual serious health problems. Real food calories, on the other hand, don't seem to have that effect. What it comes down to is that it's not the number of calories stated on the package that's the most important thing to know about the food you buy. It's how your body is likely to respond to those calories. Remember, it's not about just counting calories. It's about making each one count towards your health and well-being. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of calories. If you learned something new and want to discover more about how to take control of your health, hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover.